and just what are your plans for the off season and possibly playing or just doing individual workouts?
Yeah, I mean, probably take a little bit of a break here, just for maybe a week. I don't really want to lose a ton of the stuff I've worked on, and just trying to get my body back to full health.
You thought you already knew the full story behind the most watched rookie season in the history of professional women's basketball. The packed arenas, the shattered TV ratings, the record-breaking jersey sales. It all seemed clear on the surface. But what truly unfolded behind the scenes after the final buzzer of that historic season is a far more complex and tightly guarded narrative. While fans celebrated the sudden explosion of attention around the league, very few people realized a quiet but powerful shift was taking place inside the Indiana Fever organization itself. A 22-year-old superstar arrived at a rebuilding franchise and, within months, became the engine driving its entire financial and cultural momentum. What started as a hopeful rookie story quickly evolved into something much bigger. She was no longer just the new face smiling for interviews or following directions from management. After surviving a brutally physical and highly controversial debut season, the league's brightest new star began reshaping the rules of her own environment. With unprecedented influence and the eyes of the sports world fixed firmly on her every move, she quietly presented the front office with a set of firm expectations. Conditions that must be met if the franchise hopes to continue the most profitable era it has ever experienced. The days of silently accepting chaos, absorbing punishing hits, and protecting the organization's reputation were over. Her new stance has already sent waves through the league's leadership. To truly grasp the significance of these new expectations, you have to revisit the harsh reality that forced them into existence. From the moment she stepped onto a professional court, an unavoidable spotlight followed her everywhere. Opposing players targeted her relentlessly. Fans watched the hard fouls, the aggressive elbows away from the ball, and the questionable no-calls from officials who seemed hesitant to penalize veteran players. Some opponents weren't simply competing. They were sending a message to the rookie who suddenly dominated headlines, endorsement deals, and national broadcasts. One early incident, when a Chicago Sky guard slammed into her before an inbound play, became a symbol of the environment she faced. Even more surprising was the silence that followed. Teammates didn't rush to defend her, and the organization allowed the story to spiral publicly while their star answered questions alone. That culture of passivity has now been completely rejected. Her first and most important demand heading into the off-season centers on protection, something she believes the team failed to provide during her rookie campaign. She wants a tough veteran presence on the roster, a player unafraid to defend teammates physically and send a message that cheap shots will not be tolerated. She understands better than anyone that her health is directly tied to the franchise's success and the millions of dollars flowing into the arena each night. Another season of absorbing constant punishment without support is not something she intends to repeat. But the challenges on the court were only part of the frustration. The situation on the sidelines was equally troubling. Throughout the early months of the season, the team's offensive approach often looked disorganized and strangely disconnected from the skill set of its most dynamic player. The previous head coach, Christie Sides, preferred a slower, traditional system that slowed the pace and limited the transition opportunities that made the young guard a record-breaking star in college. Fans frequently questioned puzzling timeouts that disrupted scoring momentum, as well as defensive assignments that drained the rookie's energy by the final minutes of games. Many observers began to feel that an old-fashioned philosophy was holding back a generational talent. When the off-season arrived, the organization made a dramatic decision. The head coach was dismissed, and a new chapter began with the hiring of Stephanie White, a respected strategist known for fast-paced offensive systems and strong connections to Indiana basketball. Such a significant change rarely happens without the quiet approval of a franchise cornerstone. Without making public demands, the star's influence and value were clearly understood. Bringing in a coach who embraces modern perimeter basketball was a crucial first step in aligning the team's strategy with her strengths. The next priority quickly became the roster around her. During the latter half of the season, a powerful chemistry developed between the rookie point guard and veteran scorer Kelsey Mitchell. After some early struggles, the two guards began reading each other's movements effortlessly, forming one of the most dangerous backcourts in the league. Their partnership ignited a late-season surge that energized fans and revived the franchise's competitive hopes. But Mitchell's contract expired at season's end, making her one of the most attractive free agents on the market. Rival teams were ready to offer major deals to lure her away. This time, the message from the franchise star was unmistakable: keep the partnership intact. She made it clear that losing her backcourt partner would disrupt the momentum they had worked so hard to build. Rather than negotiating cautiously or worrying about payroll limits, the front office was encouraged to prioritize stability and reward the player who helped transform the offense. Keeping the core together, clearing out pieces that do not fit a fast-paced system, and pursuing additional shooters became part of the broader vision for immediate championship contention. At the same time, a new development across the basketball landscape created an unexpected source of leverage. A recently announced 3-on-3 league called Unrivaled began recruiting top talent with lucrative offers, including equity stakes and salaries that could rival traditional league contracts. Founded by influential players, the venture aims to operate during the winter off-season and promises a fresh financial model for women's basketball. Naturally, organizers would love to have the sport's biggest new star as the face of their project. Reports suggested the potential offer could be. She has neither accepted nor rejected the possibility, leaving the option quietly on the table. That uncertainty alone gives her considerable negotiating power. If her expectations regarding roster construction, coaching philosophy, and organizational support are not taken seriously, she could explore opportunities outside the traditional off-season system. Even the suggestion of that possibility encourages the team to move carefully and thoughtfully as they build around their centerpiece. Another area where changes were requested involved the intense media environment surrounding her debut year. The attention was unlike anything the sport had experienced before. Every press conference attracted national reporters eager for viral headlines, and many questions drifted far beyond basketball. Some interviews felt more like attempts to provoke controversy than genuine sports journalism. The organization's public relations staff struggled to manage the constant spotlight, leaving their young star to navigate difficult narratives on her own. Moving forward, she wants a stronger protective structure. That includes clearer rules about locker room access, better preparation for media interactions, and a communications team that actively shields players from unnecessary distractions. Her priority is simple: focus on basketball performance rather than serving as a spokesperson for every cultural debate surrounding the league. Inside the locker room, expectations have evolved as well. During her rookie season, traditional hierarchies placed newcomers at the bottom regardless of talent. Some veterans across the league appeared uneasy about the immediate fame and opportunities she received. Yet surviving that environment only strengthened her confidence. Entering her second season, she intends to embrace a leadership role built on performance, communication, and competitive standards. Respect, she believes, should come from preparation and results rather than simply years of experience. Her influence extends beyond the team itself. The financial boom generated by her arrival helped spark broader conversations about revenue sharing, travel conditions, and player compensation across the league. As television ratings and sponsorship deals climb, many players now believe the economic structure of the sport must evolve as well. The players' union's decision to revisit the current collective bargaining agreement reflects that growing momentum. Whether intentionally or not, the young star's impact has accelerated those discussions. Her ability to attract fans, sponsorships, and global attention demonstrated the untapped potential of women's basketball. For owners and executives, the message is clear. The sport is entering a new era, and adapting to that